Here with Saeed, TTMU2. I say that right?
You did.
Okay.
Good job.
It's nice to see you here. How was the flight?
Flight was long, I find. It was supposed to be an hour, but it just felt like two. It felt too long. The
2
AC
hours?
wasn't working.
Wow. You didn't have any like connections or anything?
No.
No.
It was a straight flight from Trinidad,
Mm.
but it felt really long.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, not as long as the Bajans though, those guys.
Oh no.
How long were y'all there waiting outside?
I think we were there for about 2 hours. Well, we were waiting there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So they flew right past
Mhm.
St. Lucia to turn back around.
Okay. And what y'all did? Y'all just chill at the bar?
We chilled at the bar,
Okay.
pet a cat.
Okay.
It's fun.
That's cool.
It's fun.
So I don't know if you know this, but the two of us, we have beef. I don't know if you know this. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so there was a tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had in St. Lucia a full year ago, and I remember this. You were in the Twitch chat talking.
Ah,
Yeah.
it's me.
Yeah, it was you. I remember. I kept that locked in my head. Yeah, so,
That was.
yeah. You have anything to say for yourself?
I don't. I meant every word.
Uh-huh. For those who don't know, he said St. Lucia is free in that Twitch chat, okay?
I did say so.
You did say-
And
okay.
I meant every.
Okay.
every.
So we're standing on principle. I respect that. Okay. So if I'm not mistaken, this is your first time traveling for Smash?
It is.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah. How you feel? You feel nervous? You feel
No.
No?
I came here to have fun, play Smash,
Mhm.
and see where my skill puts me on the leaderboard.
Okay. Yeah. I think the first time is always just like feeling it out because
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
kind of how it
definitely.
was.
I haven't played any of you guys before,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just here to scope out the competition,
Yeah.
see what all the other islands have to offer. And yeah, that's it.
Did you play any of the Bajans when they came 2 years ago?
I played Fabi in a set. About it was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, about 2.
I wasn't up to par with Smash back then,
Mm-hmm.
but since then I've trained extensively. My skills have honed very, very vastly. So I'm expected to come and beat some of them today,
Okay.
especially Fabian.
Mm. So that's a little bit of a rivalry going on there.
Well, it's more one-sided. He doesn't care.
Okay.
But I lost to him, and I felt like I needed to do better.
Okay. So tell me about how you got into competitive Smash. How did that like come about?
So I started playing Smash in 2003. My cousin introduced me to Melee.
Sorry, hold on
Nice
one
to
second.
see.
How old are you?
23. So I was
Whoa.
actually, I just turned 2. When my cousin was like, hey, pick up a controller.
Mhm.
That was my introduction to Smash Bros.
So you got indoctrinated from 2 years old.
From 2 years old.
That's crazy. I'm so sorry. Keep going.
When my brother was born in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
I started slowly integrating him into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the Wii came out in 2008, we started playing Brawl together. And
Who's your brother again?
XChaos.
Oh, you guys are brothers. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from Brawl to Smash 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ultimate,
Yeah.
we were just playing casuals. One day, one of our friends introduced us to the competitive Smash scene through one of the tournament organizers in Trinidad, JMA, through TSF, Team Salty Fish.
Mm-hmm.
They started slowly integrating us into the competitive Smash scene, and now my brother is #1 in Trinidad, and I'm making my way up in the top 5.
Okay, that's really cool. So you're part of Team Insurgents.
Team Insurgents.
I only know this from Akil's videos.
Yeah.
Angry Fig. I think it's like GG Lounge Insurgents or something.
GG Lounge Insurgents.
Yeah. So how did that group kind of come about?
So the coach of GGL Insurgents, Benny Starr, he came to my school to start. Well, he was integrating players to start a secondary school kind of esports group where he goes to the schools. They have a esports. Like they have different students for different stuff. He trains them in those. He coaches them in those games: Street Fighter, Smash, so on and so forth. I didn't take mine to it at first, but I met him at I officially met him at one of the tournaments, one of the TSF tournaments, and he invited my brother and I to play in a secondary school esports tournament that he was hosting, and from there we just joined GGL.
Okay. That's really cool. So y'all have like a bit of a network for getting people into esports in Trinidad. Okay, that's really cool. Shout out to Benny Star. Cool stuff. As far as this tournament goes, are there any players you like keeping your eye on besides like Fabi?
Definitely Mouse Rat, King Arc. I haven't heard of King Arc before this whole thing, but I heard he's quite formidable. Yeah. So I'm definitely keeping an eye on him. PTSD as a former NES main.
Former?
Yeah, I stopped playing NES a really long time ago.
Okay.
But as a former NES main, I'm looking forward to see what he has to offer. Looking forward to playing him eventually. Hopefully we will run into each other in bracket. And that's it. That's everyone that really caught my eye.
Okay. So that's cool. I have 2 more questions that I'm going to ask everybody at the end. The first one is, if you had to like create a Mount Rushmore of your island's best players throughout history.
Throughout history?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think you would put up there on that Mount Rushmore?
Wabs. Asim. Saeed. XChaos. Okay. And Milo.
Okay, yeah.
That's my 4. That's my top 4.
Okay, that makes sense. I think those are all good picks. And the last question, what's your favorite anime? That's a very important question, don't laugh.
My favorite anime is Death Note.
That's a good one.
L tattooed on my forearm.
Let me see that. Oh, get that on camera. Go show it.
L on my forearm, as well as Kurapika's chains.
Kurapika's chains? Okay, that's another good one. Okay, I respect that. Yeah. All right. So, Saeed, it's been a pleasure. It's nice getting to know you.
Of course, great getting to know you too.
I'll see you around.
Of course.
We're here with Dylan, VibePrince. How you doing, bro?
I'm cool.
You're cool.
Just finished playing PTSD.
Oh yeah? How did that go?
He won the first set, and then I adapted. That's usually how I play.
Okay.
I was actually really happy when I heard this is going to be a best of 5 full tournament, because I adapted. I won the second set we played. Only 2 sets.
That's cool. So I guess we've just arrived, basically.
Yeah.
So this is like the first person you played. How do you feel so far? Are you nervous? I mean, this is your second time traveling, I think, for Smash?
Yes. When Barbados AnimeCon last year. Yeah. To be honest, I feel quite confident knowing that it's a best of 5 tournament.
Okay.
Because I am as I said, I adapt a lot. That's like my gameplay.
Okay.
Try to figure out the character and figure out the player, but mostly the matchup. Yeah. I try to play matchups. Yeah.
This game has a lot of characters. So.
Yeah. I try to play matchups as they're supposed to be played. Yeah. So I feel pretty confident. King Arc is in my path. That's going to be interesting. But I feel like I have a good chance knowing that it's a best of 5 set.
Yeah.
Versus, he'll be after. If I beat Minim, if Minim is the one who's going to win his set, then I'll have to play King Arc.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like the best of five seems to have like brought you to
Yes,
life,
that got me
basically.
quite confident. Yeah.
It was a decision I made partially because, you know, people are paying a lot of money, so you may as well make the most out of the event.
I respect that. Yeah.
First of all, I forgot to mention, congratulations. You are now Mr. and Mrs. Vibe.
Yes, thank you.
So, I don't know if I ever said that, but letting you know now.
I appreciate that.
Okay. So, speaking of which, the monthly tournament series you guys hold, walk me through the conception of that, because that's the thing that just started up last year, I think.
Yes, we started in January last year. In conception, it started because the main body that used to host tournaments in Trinidad is a body called TSF, Team Salty Fish. They kind of slowed down in hosting tournaments in last year and now it's in 2023 as well. So I decided that I'm not really getting much tournament experience because we're only having like a max 3 tournaments a year, sometimes only 1 tournament a year. So I was like, no, this is enough. So I started hosting tournaments through, I'll mention Jesse. Jesse's my cousin. He's another player called Alpha Cheese. He's not as active anymore, but he helps me promote these tournaments. He helps me basically run everything, including the stream. Stream is a big thing. Nowadays, he trying to stray away from Smash, so I'm doing mostly everything. But he gave me the backbone. Like the main encouragement is that there's no tournaments in Trinidad for a long time, so I started hosting monthly because I don't think that existed in Trinidad before our tournaments. And while Mr. and Mrs. Vi is my wife and I, back then she was my girlfriend. But yeah, that's mostly the vibe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess first of all, shout out to Alpha Cheese for helping start this out. A really cool initiative you guys took. That's actually how our monthly series started. We would have like 2-3 tournaments a year, and it wasn't really enough.
Yeah, and also hosting tournaments and it want to be really tough. Through Jessie and especially my wife, she goes by I'm Here for Free Food, shout out on Instagram. She helps me organize the setups and everything. Big help. You need a support system hosting tournaments for sure.
For sure, yeah. Doing it alone is very stressful.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people don't want to put any effort to host tournaments. It's a lot, but
it's also a very thankless job. It's very easy to criticize.
A lot of criticize, especially if controller malfunctions that happen to tournament of mine. Especially if the switch is not like I should cut out. Shut out.
Trust me, I understand.
Yeah, if the switch is not running properly, there's problems. If it's an old switch. So there's a lot of things that go wrong, but you need to host tournaments. Tournaments is how players get better, and you can't have like 3 tournaments a year. It's not gonna work. Nowadays the tournaments drop down. There's only like a maximum of 8 players who come out, but the last tournament had reoccurring players from previous last year, so it seems like it's building back up. Thing is, when tournaments host often, people tend to come out less. At least that is what has happened in Trinidad.
Yeah, that's happened here too as well.
Yeah. I had like max I had was 22 and it's dropped down to 8 consistently now. Yeah.
I think since like basically you're providing a service, and the way I see it is usually you want to like create incentives to keep people coming. What I did last year, you guys did a ranking video, I did one too.
Yeah. I saw it, I watched it actually.
Yeah, mine was
really good.
Yeah, thank you. Mine was like mostly memes, like related to this.
It was a long video too, like 30 minutes.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people saw that and they were like, okay, I want to be on next year's like meme video.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, I was trying to think of ways to get people to come out because prize pool is not really practical. Getting sponsors is very difficult.
We're very grassroots.
Yeah.
How often do you INS guys like meet up to practice besides tournaments?
That's a big thing. I could shout out Benny Starr. He is the leader of Insurgents. That group was formed just like grassroots. Initially Caleb joined, which is KANEKI, and then me, and everyone else joined. And now mostly we used to meet up in the early stages. That was probably like 2023 and last year. We used to meet up by Benny Starr's place. We used to play like weekly on Saturdays. that used to be great. But nowadays Benny Starr is more busy, so we don't really have it as frequent anymore. But he's trying to start it back up. But yeah, very regularly every Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So this tournament in particular, you've competed with foreign players, I believe, 3 times, right? There was a TSF tournament in 2019. Yeah. I actually remember watching you there. That was like when you
I started, my first tournament, bro.
Yeah, and then there's Limitless with Mouserat and Narco. There was AnimeCon, which you guys traveled to.
That was there when Fraudfish came down.
Yeah.
To Trinidad. But I was like really new to the game back then.
Yeah, very new.
Yeah.
I remember because I played you during COVID online, actually.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's that Peach man from that tournament.
Yeah. I didn't even know how to float cancel, how to do anything.
Yeah. So from those tournaments, what do you think you've like taken into account when dealing with like, you know, people coming in, there's all this pressure. Like, how do you handle all of that?
The pressure of tournaments. You still get the nerves, I would say. But I think as you play the set more, it kind of calms down, especially if you're figuring out things, like I'm adapting, then the pressure reduces gradually. The pressure is always there. Kind of thought process that Jesse has put me to Alpha Cheese is that you should try and focus on like playing your best. Don't put so much pressure on trying to win. I found a recent tournament I tried to make a lot of adjustments, my most recent monthly, and it didn't perform as well in my opinion. I still came second, but I didn't find like I was playing my best. And I was putting so much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
You can't put so much pressure on yourself. You have to try your best to focus on just playing your best. But it's tough. It's tough, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think you're going to be able to handle that at this tournament?
I would say, again, highlighting the best of 5 format, yes. I think that is going to help tremendously.
Okay.
Like best of 3 is like, you don't have much time to really calm yourself down and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of over in a flash. You can lose a set in like 6
so quick,
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
Okay. I would like to ask you, what do you think your odds are for this tournament? You spoke about how you have to play Minim possibly and then King Arc. But like, how do you feel about your odds? Do you think you have a good shot at first? Are you aiming for a top 3 or are you just like playing?
I'm mostly playing to play my best and see how it goes. I would like to place top 3, but I would aim for top 3.
Okay.
But knowing that Mouse Rat and King Arc are there, it's gonna be tough. And even XChaosX, who's really good and from Trinidad. So he will lock me out from getting top 3 most likely if I have to encounter him.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have quite a losing record versus XChaosX. So top 4 maybe. Let me say top 4.
Okay. I watch his monthly,
I have
so
like
I understand,
a 12-2 set rate. Losing record to him. So yeah, top 4 is probably what I'm aiming for.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes.
Top 4 in a tournament like this is a huge
I think that's
achievement.
stacked. Yeah.
I respect it. So I have 2 more questions I'm going to be asking everybody. The first one is, if you had to create like a Mount Rushmore out of the top players throughout your country's history, who would you put on that Mount Rushmore?
From the beginning, from like Smash Ultimate's beginning to now,
I would say
even if
like,
they're inactive.
I would say every Smash that you know of, basically.
Oh, in Trinidad, okay. I will say the thing is it's complicated because we don't have those players active when our current top 3 players, which is me, KANEKI, and XChaos, like we've never played them when they were at their peak.
Yeah,
so it's very difficult for me to rank them. But I would say if I had to legitimately give, let me see. I still think I'll put Wabs on top. I still put Wabs number 1, and I can't really say for Asim. I've never played Asim when he was at his peak. I've played Wabs when he was at his peak. I used to train a lot with Wabs online. It helped a lot. Wabs is just really friendly. So I put Wabs at top. Then I'll probably put Milo, to be honest. Joe Grind. I'll put Joe Grind. Then I would put XChaosX. Then it's a twist up between me and KANEKI, in my opinion. But you can't. There's also a lot of other players. There's Asim, which I can't really rank. There'll be a tie between me, KANEKI, Asim, who else? Jabari, J-Bar, between those players. Okay. In my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good list. I respect that. And final question, very important one, so steal yourself. What is your favorite anime?
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate, okay.
Love Steins Gate.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Are you team Mayuri or Krisu?
Mayuri, for sure. For sure.
I mean,
Tutoru.
I definitely don't agree with that, but I respect it, you know?
You don't?
No, I don't. Absolutely not. But hey, listen, it was a great interview. I had a lot of fun talking to you, getting to know you. Yeah. And I'll see you in the tournament. Hopefully.
I can't wait to play you. Yeah. Offline? We've played only online, a lot online.
Yeah, online.
Yeah.
You and KANEKI boy, online.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool interview, bro.
Man.
All right.
Yeah. We're here with KANEKI, Caleb. So you guys just came in this morning.
Yeah, we just came in.
Tell me about that flight and that long wait you had in the morning there?
Well, I mean, it's my second time traveling, so it wasn't a big deal. I just was happy to come here, to meet everybody.
Okay. So the wait wasn't like a big deal for
No,
you?
it wasn't a big deal. No.
Okay.
I mean, on the way back, I know on the way back, it will be some pressure.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
Because there are plenty of people. You see how it just was like 24 people by the line there. It go higher even more.
Oh,
That happened to us last time when we went to Barbados.
Well, hopefully it's not too bad for y'all.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So I've been asking the guys about their past in Smash, and I kind of want to know how you, in particular, got into competitive Smash. Like, what made you interested?
What made me interested is watching tournaments overseas, like players like MK Leo and Tweak and everybody here. They inspire me to play. Yeah.
Okay. So you have like a favorite out of those? Is MKLeo
I am a favorite player to watch is Tweak.
Tweak?
Yeah,
Okay,
like how he's technical.
That's some good taste.
Yeah.
I saw you brought out a Diddy Kong at AnimeCon actually.
Yeah. Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I try a thing because, Pikachu is a bad matchup for Link, so I try.
I think Diddy's supposed to be good, but I don't see how with the recovery versus Pikachu.
Yeah, he just had to hit you once on the barrels.
Yeah.
But my Diddy not good, but Tweak Diddy is a difference.
Tweak Diddy is a different, whole different beast. Okay. So, I spoke to Dylan a while ago, and he was telling me about the monthlies y'all have and everything.
Yeah, the monthlies, yeah.
I was kind of wondering, what keeps you staying so consistent in Smash? What's your engine that keeps you motivated?
My engine... well, I didn't have a job. So I was kind of living off of the Smash tournament money.
Really?
Yeah.
That was last year?
Nah, last year, like, I think like 2 years ago, 3 years, a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah. But before that, I just did it for fun. But when I lost my job, I took it more serious and I was home. I had plenty of time, so yeah. So now I just kind of cutting back on it because I don't have much time to play these days. But,
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool that, you'd have a job and you need some money to get through month to month. Smash is there for you.
Smash is there, yeah. That was cool.
That's cool, yeah.
And Dylan come in clutch because we didn't always have a monthly.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So I think he came in after I got a job here. He did it fresh the year.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he was just speaking to me about that. That's cool.
So he told you that?
He didn't tell me about your part. He told me about when the monthlies were starting up last year. But that's after you got a job. Okay. But yeah, those TSF tournaments, they probably paid a lot, right?
Yeah.
Well, relative to the monthlies.
Relative, yeah, to the monthlies,
yeah. Okay.
Because not much people just come out to the monthlies like that, so. But we just doing it for the love of it.
Yeah. I was telling him, people probably will come out if there's some like extra motivation. And I was telling him about the Smash ranking video I did this year. That like made more people start coming to tournaments because they're like, I want to have like my own memes on the Smash ranking next year.
Oh, that was with the JJK?
No, the video I made.
The video I made?
Yeah.
But I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I have to link you up sometime. No pun intended. So you've played with foreign players, I think, twice before. Once at Limitless when Mouserat and Narco and them came, and once when you traveled to AnimeCon. So tell me about that experience. What was it like for you?
What do you mean, like the competition?
Yeah, how competitive was it? Did you feel any extra nerves?
No, I don't feel much nerves when playing, no. It's just, what had me was the Pikachu matchup. It was really just that. I didn't get to play much of the foreigners, really.
Okay.
It's just maybe like 2, just more short, and I think it was an Inkling. I think I didn't get to play that much. No.
I'm not sure who that is. Yeah.
I forgot his name too.
Well, if you know yourself, shout yourself out. I'd like to know who you are.
But when I went to Barbados,
yeah,
just really more short.
Yeah, you didn't have problems with vanity or anything?
Nah, no problems. Just was like a normal day.
Wow, okay. I'll tell him you said that. I'm just kidding.
you know that.
You'll see the interview, yeah.
Nah, I don't really get nerves. I don't really get nerves when playing Smash.
That's a superpower. That's a superpower.
So you get nerves?
Yeah, I get nerves.
I playing it for a while too, so.
Okay.
And you're playing the same people over and over and over. So.
Yeah, I think the knowing what's coming, it helps you settle into like playing because you're like, okay, I need to look forward to this.
Yeah.
And you're not thinking about, okay, I need to win, and just
because I
doing
know I'm
shit.
going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. So at this tournament in particular, what do you feel your odds are this time around?
I either winning or placing second.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of confidence. I like that. Do you have any players you're looking out for in particular?
Mouse, I can't let him beat me again.
Seems like Mouse is the star of this tournament.
Yeah, he's the star, yeah. Bad matchup, but I come prepared for him this time. And my brethren, Kadri and Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even side too, so never know what could happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not worried about King Ark, for example?
The Mega Man, well, I not really know. I know the matchup, so.
Okay.
I know they're hyping him up and things, but I had to play him to really see what you're about.
Okay.
You played him earlier and what you think?
I think he beat me like 4 times in a row.
Yeah, he didn't
and I was
win?
like, nah,
You didn't win one?
I just moved. Nah, I'm not doing this. Not today. I'm kidding. It was fun though. He adapts very quickly. He has a good play style.
Well, you remember them playing, them really in the heart of Smash too. Them playing in the US, and them playing in like New York with the buzz and everybody, so them experience on another level. So
yeah, I think if you can try to get friendlies with him, it's an experience. I'll say that. Yeah. But
well, I already see it with Mouse too. He does play different from us in Trinidad. He more patient. You know, when he patient and he does punish you hard, when he punish you hard, they're like, yeah, but you make a mistake and you shouldn't do that. Yeah. That's how them play style is. The same thing with the Mega Man.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like covering everything basically. Okay, so I have 2 questions I'm going to be asking everybody at the end of the interviews. One is, for your country, if you had to pick like 4 players to put on a Mount Rushmore of Trinidad Smash, as in the best players in your country's history, who would you put on that Mount Rushmore?
Personally?
Yeah, personally.
Yeah, I'd rather put myself.
Bad boy.
Milo. Well, Kadri is up and coming.
Who's that?
Kadri
Chaos. Oh, XChaosX, yeah.
And the 4th one, I'm not really sure. Well, Vibes.
Vibes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we on top there.
Bad boy, okay. When did you start playing? If you mind
When did I start playing?
Yeah, like in Trinidad competitively.
That had to be like 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, I got in late. I didn't know about tournaments in Trinidad, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so somebody ended up saying they had a tournament, and when I went, it wasn't that. It just was like friendlies. And that was Kadri and Said, and they had told me, yeah, boy, they have tournaments and these things, and I ended up going. And my first time, I didn't do that well. But my second time.
Okay, where you placed your second time?
The second time, I think I played second. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you had it from the start?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I was always good, but the first time I went, I just was too overconfident, and I didn't practice or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the second time I came in.
Yeah, you got humbled, and then you're like, oh, let me take it
I
serious.
Say, yeah, I'm going to take it serious this time.
Yeah. Final question. This one is very important. What is your favorite anime?
My favorite anime is Bleach.
Bleach? Okay. How old are you, if you mind me asking?
25.
Okay, so yeah, you grew up around when Bleach was still a thing, yeah.
It was Naruto at first, and then my mother let me know, why don't try something else? And I tried Bleach, and that was...
Your mom watches anime, or she was she's just sick of you watching this one?
Yeah, she used to go with me to buy the CDs. I have a whole box with Bleach.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
up to
cool,
the
man.
Aranka arc, and then I got internet and I just watch it from me.
Okay. No, that's cool, man. Is the 1,000-Year Blood War finished, or is it still
I think it's one more season or 2 more. I don't know how they're doing it.
I actually never read the manga for that arc in particular, so I'm waiting for it all to like finish so I can watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I read like everything else basically up to the Fullbringers.
Up to the Fullbring.
Yeah.
Well, people say that the Fullbring arc is like a filler, but
Nah, it's good.
I find
it explains Orihime and stuff. And yeah, it just makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. and they really see him at ground zero.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I think that's everything. You have any shout outs?
Shout out. I want to shout out Benny. Everybody back home, Milo, everybody. So I don't think they will see us. The Smash group. You send it to them.
I'm gonna upload all the interviews. Like Trini interviews is one video.
That shout out the Trini group. I know I leave.
Okay. Cool. Well, KANEKI, nice talking to you, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'll see you. Okay. So we're here with Kadri. That's how you say it.
Yeah, Kadri.
Kadri. Okay. How you doing, bro?
I'm alright. You know, I'm feeling the jet lag a little bit, but I'm alright.
Yeah. It's your first time traveling?
To St. Lucia, yes, but I've been to other foreign countries.
Okay, that's cool. So you guys had to wait a while after you landed because the Bajans got rerouted somewhere. I don't know.
Yes, we had to wait a whole hour, and I think it was customs. I don't know what was going on. Like somebody brought some contraband.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I had to wait a while.
Yeah. Well, glad they got on that. So, is this your first time traveling for Smash though?
For Smash, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me how you feel about that.
I'm very excited. I feel like it's a new experience for us, for everybody in Trinidad, and I feel like we need to make a name for ourselves.
Yeah.
Especially now, you know. So I'm very excited. Very excited.
Okay. So I spoke to your 3 travel companions today, and all of them seem to hold you in very high regard. I've seen the Mr. and Mrs. Vibe monthlies. I've seen you kind of like clear through in the past few months. What was the difference? Because I remember it was KANEKI and Vibe in the grand final, so mostly all of them at the beginning. Yeah. And then you kind of just started sweeping through them near the end. So what was the difference?
I led more towards VOD reviews. Like I would go back and I would see what errors I made. I had a whole spreadsheet on everything I needed to change about my gameplay. Through those matchups like Link and Peach, you know, Caleb is excellent with Link. We can't make a mistake against him. He'll punish you very bad. And Peach, if you mess up 50-60%, or maybe even death.
Yeah.
So I really had to go back in my VODs and write down every little mistake that I did, if it's for better or for worse. And yeah, it really helped me in the end.
Okay. So you're a student of the game. You study, you learn from your mistakes, and you come back stronger next time.
Exactly.
That's the, so Dylan was actually telling me you can't really improve if you have tournaments 3 times a year.
Yeah.
And I think that is probably the biggest evidence of that, is that you kept losing and you looked at these tournament VODs and you were like, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I need to improve on. And you came back and you improved. You became basically the best in 2024, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this year so far.
It's just, well, yeah, I've been watching, trust me. I tell them I tired of seeing Falcon win already, so.
Yeah.
But I have respect for you, so keep it up.
Thank you, man.
This tournament in particular, how do you feel your odds are for winning? Or maybe top 3, what do you think?
Looking at the players that we have now and playing sets against them, I would say they're very, very good. But I feel like I have a good chance, maybe 50-50 chance of making top 4, I believe. But there's some matchups like Yoshi, Pikachu, Mega Man, those matchups destroy Falcon, so yeah, might need to resort to a different character on the outside.
Okay, I'll make sure not to upload this till after the tournament.
It's alright. It's alright.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's out there already.
Okay. Who did you play so far down there?
I played PTSD.
Okay.
And Judah.
Judah, okay.
Yeah, PTSD, Ninesmin. Insane player. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. So I actually spoke to your brother, and he told me about you guys' introduction to competitive Smash. But I'd like to hear it from your perspective. What was that like?
Well, it kind of came out of nowhere for us. I mean, I've been playing Smash for basically my whole life. I'm 18 years old and I've been playing since Brawl, so you could do the maths.
Yeah.
So I've been playing for basically my whole life, and it was only Smash Ultimate we joined into the competitive scene. One of our friends, he knew a guy that knew a guy, so we just we came into the tournaments. I mean, I was still young, I wasn't a good player. First tournament, 0-2, but I came back and
I actually think I saw you in that first TSF tournament in 2019
yeah,
with when the Bajans came and I think the Bahamas guy was there.
yes,
Yeah.
I was there.
How old were you? Like 12? I don't know.
In 2019,
Yeah.
like 13, yeah.
Damn.
I was
Okay.
born in December, so probably 12, yeah.
Yeah, they start you really young.
Yeah, I was still 12.
Fine. Boy. Okay. What does so you told me about VOD review, right?
Yes.
Tell me about practice. Like, how does practice go for you guys in your little, I guess you could call it clan?
We would have like limes and stuff every weekend, or try to have a get together every weekend to practice. But we mostly play for fun. We try to make the most out of the situation and try to have fun instead of just going for serious gameplay. But I feel like with Caleb, Dylan, and my brother and many others, they really helped me to become who I am right now. I really appreciate that from all of them, and I think that I help them a lot too. I mean, I give them any tips that I can bestow upon them. So yeah, it really does help.
Okay. So you guys give each other advice and tips and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, see, Lucian guys, we need to do that too, okay? I don't like what we're doing. We talking shit after every match. Nah, don't like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're there for one another. You know that.
Yeah. So, okay, I asked you this. How do you feel about, have you played King Arc yet?
No, I haven't played him.
Okay.
I've seen him play, and nobody knows what to do against him. It feels like.
Yeah.
I saw some VODs. He was playing Mouse Rat. I was watching some gameplay.
Yeah.
Bro, he's insane. That's the only way to describe it. Insane.
It seemed like Caleb wasn't too impressed, but yeah.
I was impressed
Okay.
from the inside.
I'm glad someone was. So I've been asking people, and I will be asking people, if you had to put like 4 players from your island on a Mount Rushmore smash, like let's say your entire scene's history that you know of, if you had to put 4 players on Mount Rushmore.
On Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, for like the eras of Smash in Trinidad that you know of, who would you put up there?
Well, remember, I'm kind of young in the scene, so I don't really know much
That's
people.
fine.
But
You can just tell me whoever.
I would say, I mean, everybody knows Wabs. I mean, Wabs should be up there.
Yeah.
Caleb, KANEKI, he's been in the scene for a very long time, and he's dominated for the past couple of years. Only I came in. Who else? So 4 people.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Wabs, Caleb. I wouldn't put myself.
You wouldn't really.
No, I wouldn't put myself. Not as yet. I feel like I'm still kind of new to being on top.
Okay.
I feel like I need to make a name for myself in other places.
That's fair enough.
Um,
I could throw you a few names, see what you think about them. Milo.
I mean, yeah, you know, I didn't even think about Milo.
Oh wow, he retired that long ago. You forgot about
It's
him.
been a while. But yeah, Milo. I mean, he's been in the scene for as long as I can remember. I like the drink Milo, so
We all do, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Shout out to Milo.
and he always tries to help me as well. When Caleb was beating me, like every tournament, Milo would message me, or he would pull me aside and tell me, you know, this or that and the other that I would need to change up about my gameplay.
Okay.
And he really helped me. So you know, yeah, I'll say Milo up there. But for number 4, you know, I will put myself.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
You don't know why?
Why?
I was the only Falcon to beat the Falcon Curse. The Falcon Curse, basically, all the number 2 players before me, they were Falcon players.
I only know ASIM, I think.
Yeah, there was Asim, there was a guy named Richie. He was in like the Wabs era in Smash 4.
Okay.
And there were some others too, like Charles. There was
Oh,
some-
Charles played in too?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Up there, Milo played Falcon, but they never reached number one.
You're Falcon.
I was the only Falcon to make it number one.
Okay, so your country has a history of this character, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you know,
Yeah.
Brody
There's-
Falcon.
There was a little era, this was around when I was just starting Smash, where Asim, that's how you say it,
Yeah.
he was, like, people were saying he was number one, but then Wabs, like, immediately just started dominating everything. So, like, he, like, I don't know, he barely missed, like,
Yeah, just barely.
that peak.
But Asim was young too. He, well, from what I heard, because that was way before me.
Yeah.
Asim was around my age when he was doing all of that in Trinidad, and then Wabs came in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Wabs was doing it to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. 2 more questions. What's your favorite anime?
My favorite anime.
Yeah.
You know, I actually like Hunter x Hunter the most.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, I've been reading the manga. I've been up to date.
Up to date.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that anime.
I want to
announcement.
talk about it, but I feel like some people don't read the manga, so
It's
I'll just say it's a lot.
yeah, it's a lot.
A lot of reading.
Maybe a bit too much.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess his idea is you're gonna be waiting, so
Yeah.
just keep reading, get
Yeah.
everything.
Just get everything out there.
Yeah. You have a tag in game. I think it's Che1,
Che1,
Le Seraphim, right?
let's say a film.
Yeah,
Man of culture.
yeah. I dabble. I'm not really a big K-pop guy, but I know about it. If you had to pick a favorite song from them, what would it be?
A
Keep in mind, I
favorite
don't really
song.
know all of them.
Impurities.
Impurities, okay.
Yeah, from the album Unforgiven.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give it a listen.
Give it a listen. It's a good song.
Okay. I think that's it. XChaos. Good talk, man.
Good talk.
I'll
Thank
see you
you
in the
very much.
tournament.
I'll see you too, man.
Yeah, man.